May God grant that I may live to fish until my dying day. When it comes to my last catch, I then most humbly pray. When in the Lord's great landing net and peacefully asleep, that in His mercy I be judged big enough to keep.
My name's Tom Brown. I'm 27. What was the other one? What you do? Fisherman. Lobster fisherman. I live in North Cornwall, a little place called Port Isaac, small little village. Yeah, well, I'm a fifth generation brown fisherman. Kind of feel like I've been a fisherman all my life, so for 27 years, you know, whether it's been just helping Dad in the evenings when I was at school, you know. But yeah, I've been fishing full time for 10 years, 10 long years, hard years. Obviously now I've got my son working with me, who I still think of as like 17, although he's like 25 or 26 or something.
27.
He's 27, is he? Right, so he's 27, so that's even older than I thought. But I still treat him like he's a 17-year-old, which irritates him. I still tell him what to do and boss him about. He goes out to sea now with another guy on my boat, and that's really the way it went with me. I mean, I started fishing with my father, and then at some point he did less and I did more, and that's really what's happening now. Really, I'm doing slightly less on the boat. He's doing more on the boat, and it's a good thing, really. I mean, we've had some real struggles on the boat because I couldn't work with my father, and I find it really hard. Not having my crewman doing what I was telling him to do, basically, because, you know, being your son, it's just like, well, I'm not going to do it like that, I'm going to do it my own way. And that's exactly the same as I was, and even though I know it's exactly the same as I was, I still got really, really irritated by it. So we've had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we both wanted to go fishing, and that was obvious, really. So, you know, we found a way to make it work. And now it's actually, having gone through all that, it's actually really nice now, because I can see what he's doing, he can see what I'm doing, and instantly he's better than me at it. As far as I'm concerned, the Brown family, our line of the Brown family, have just always been fishing. Father, grandfather, uncles, great-uncles, great-grandfather, right back through, and then myself and my son now. It just seems to be continuing. And I went to school, up at the school on the hill, and I used to look over the wall. I watched my father fishing, and my grandfather ran the fish center. He was the buyer for one of the big companies, and I just never occurred to me to do anything else, to be honest with you. So our family has been linked with fishing for, as far as I'm concerned, forever. Up in this space where we work now, I mean, I've sort of progressed from one end. As a junior, you start down the other end of the cellar, and then that's all I've done in the last sort of 40 odd years. I've sort of moved like 10 yards up the cellar. So now I've got the best sort of spot to work in. So I started down there by that cold door, and now I'm up at the warm end. So that's, but I can picture my my great uncles and that working up here on the pots, and it just seems natural. It just never occurs to me to do anything else, to be honest with you. I mean, one of my great uncles always smoked one of those drop down pipes, and I've got it hanging up hanging off the wall there. It always just reminds me of him, and I usually say good morning to him when I come up into the cellar in the morning. It just goes back and back. Isaac at 6 o'clock this morning. Lovely morning. We're heading about 11 miles to the northeast of Port Isaac this morning. A little hot spot this time of year. Hope we should throw up a few lobsters, and we'll wait and see. Usually have about an hour, 3/4 of an hour
steam in for the first set of pots. Usually try and do about 400 or 500 pots a day. It strings of 25. This is a fairly big boat, and I got 1,000 pots. It's too much to handle by yourself, so we have to draft this guy here in. He's also called Tom.
Yeah.
Probably little 16-year-old. Loves just taking of it, yeah.
Don't be a bit of Mr. Kepler.
Most of the kids in Port Isaac, the harbour was their main form of entertainment, really, especially in the summer months and the long summer holidays. If their fathers weren't in fishing, then they usually latch onto someone else's sort of family boat and go out and play around in that. And you just end up at some point having a few pots yourself, and you catch your first lobster, and I think from then on, really, it's a fait accompli. Really, you're going to be a fisherman.
Good fun, isn't it? Well, I pulled the pot off the hauler up there, and then I slide it back to Tom, where Tom takes out the crabs, and he decides if they're going to be big enough or not to go in. And then I got to put the bait in to make sure. So next time when we shoot them away, hopefully the crabs and the lobsters will come in here, eat the bait, and then walk back, and then Tom stacks the pot ready to throw away. That happens every 15 seconds. Even though Tom usually eats the yogurt. How many yogurts you got today?
Hey?
How many yogurts you got today?
Oh, 2. Oh no.
We'll work to the same measure. There's a legal measure required for all the lobsters and stuff.
This is the measure. So this one here is for lobsters. Put a little bit into his eye. And then that line there, if he's inside the measure, that means he's smooth, obviously. If he's past there, it means he's alright. So that one, yeah, so that one's smooth now. Yeah, he's alright.
How many have Tom?
6.
Better. 6 lobsters out of 30 pots. I think Grandad would have been happy with that, to be honest with you. I don't think they used to catch quite as many, you know, I think they was happy with 2 or 3, like, you know. But, obviously, everything's a little bit more expensive nowadays. If you're in here, just because in here you're only really going to catch lobsters, to make it work, you want to be catching, I don't know, if we was getting 8 lobsters all day, I'd be very, very happy. It's obviously not like a guaranteed income, you know what I mean? Because the crabs and lobsters, they could all of a sudden just disappear, and then what are we meant to do then? There's nothing, obviously we're not going to be able to go catch them. So yeah, that's always a worry, but I don't know, yeah. We have had good years, we've had bad years, so just see what happens. If we have too many bad years, obviously we're going to have to say that's it, but yeah, I'm not particularly worried about it. I'd love my boy to go fishing. Obviously we'd have to sort of see what state the fishing industry's in when he's old enough to go fishing. Obviously if there's not much crab and lobster out there, you know, there's not much money to be made, it probably wouldn't be worth him going fishing. Obviously we have to see if he wants to go fishing first, but yeah, I'd be happy for him to go fishing. I enjoy it, you know, I'm making a good living doing it. Dad has, Grandad has, you know, so.
It's nice to have a brown fishing. I wouldn't have pushed him into fishing because it is dangerous, it is hard, and you can't guarantee to make a living. Not really, you can't guarantee it. But living in Port Isaac, you can live. You know, you don't have to be that extravagant. It's a nice little village. You just have to pop down the pub, have a couple of pints with the rest of the villagers. Everyone knows everyone.
I'm definitely happy doing what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just there's nothing else. I don't think there's anything else in the world that can compare to sort of the lifestyle we kind of lead. You know, I have no plans of moving away anyway. For now.
We're bound for South Australia. astray.